Hey Kickstarter, how you doing? My name is Anthony Powell, and I am the writer of The Startup Kit. I am 45 years old and have always been fascinated with lore, animation, and I'm also a local amateur artist. I just really fell in love with storytelling, to enjoy it an awful lot, and I just wanted to share my experience with you. So about 5 years or so ago, I wrote The Sorrowed King and really didn't know what else to do with it. I published it on Lulu.com, but I only wrote 60 pages of it. It never really, it didn't do anything. It needed some editing, and once I started to find out what it really needed, I realized that I couldn't fund it. When I heard a Kickstarter, I said, well, this is pretty cool. So let me go ahead and see if I can kickstart my project. Sorrow King is basically a story I made up. It's based in a fictional planet called Norsine, and it stars the king Tadusua, who you see here. And the king basically lives in a land called Hien, and it's a developing planet. So there's lots and lots of creatures who don't know how to communicate with each other, and they're ruled by the land itself. And there's all kind of just fun creatures. Anyway, so here's a map of a part of Norsine. This is the land of Hien. As you can see there, there's Tall Tip Valley. And there's the Ketasol Forest. A lot of fun creatures live there. There's Discasane. Then there's a land by the Tuscan Sea. Then there's Tuscan itself. Then there's Kawagoon, the colder region. And it's pretty fun once you get into it. And all different creatures spawn on these lands. But the king, he basically is the king of Hien and trying to become the king of all of the land. I do have an ISBN number. I did publish on Lulu.com, but like I said before, it really didn't go anywhere because I didn't have the funds. Here's some of the chapter breakdowns, pretty much table content, and then it's a character build, and then you have some more of the other chapters like battles and remembering Lady Maya, contests, the battle, Komiya must fall, and these are this is all an epic tale, just like a lot of epic tales that you've either seen or heard. It doesn't involve any hatred. There is no one that just hates just to be hating. There's no evil. It's all purpose driven. It's all cause and effect driven, and that's what makes it fun. This has to happen, so this has to happen. So basically, here's more breakdown of the book here, and letters to the readers, and they're pretty much talking about myself, the author, Anthony Lawrence Powell. And then it pretty much goes into explaining that it's an epic tale of a king and his three sons. Now, mind you, these are not regular people. They are all fantastic people, like the Shun who you see here. He's 21 feet tall. He is pitch black and his skin glistens in the sun. He lives in the warmer regions, where it's like mostly like the largest part of Hien that is pretty much like not forest, but like more sandier regions, flat land, so he can run, because he runs really, 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 really fast, like inhumanly fast. These are not human. The Aeon, he lives in the mountains, the Suna Mountains, and the Salah, and he lives near the land of Tuscan Sea, where they're more like bird creatures, and he is kind of the lord of these bird creatures. The middle son, Aeon, is the lord of the bone worms and bug-like creatures that live in the mountains. Shun is lord over over like warriors and the largest army that protects Hien from invaders from the sea. So all three of his sons have their own, lordship, but they don't seem to like each other very much because of something that happened. Cause and effect and purpose. There's no all-out hatred. All of the three sons were born with a companion. Shun, the tall one, he's more warrior than all of them. He was born with an oxet sword, and it's kind of like a living sword. It isn't even a sword, it's more like a bow that extends on its own, but it's alive, and he was born with it attached to his hand. Salah was born with a bird creature beside him, and they are in unison. And Aeon, when he was born with like a crawling, like worm type of creature, and they are in unison with each other, and they all rule over each other's land. So here you have basically chapters that are very cool, very fun to read. It's a very fast read. Once you start reading it, it's action-packed. I'm sure you'll really enjoy this book. It's a great read for all you sci-fi geeks out there, and even for your normal people who just like a great adventure. You'll really enjoy this. And thanks in advance, Kickstarters, for helping me out and everybody else who has projects that found it hard to get off the ground. Thanks again, and have a great life. See you soon. Bye. Let's start with the king.